Hey guys, so part of your assignment for Blackboard today is to do a short homework check on just that part of the homework assignment yesterday where it was the bottom half of your notes page. It was called Greatest Common Monomial Factor. So when you go into Blackboard, you'll see this. You'll see Greatest Common Monomial Factor answer check. Okay, and I wanted to go over just one of these examples with you because it's a little bit confusing how to enter your answers. And I had to do it this way to make sure that you weren't just getting lucky guesses, but that you were actually getting the answer right. So for example, this is the very first question. It's asking you for what you got as an answer for number 4. And if you're watching this video, yes, you're getting a total freebie here because I'm going to tell you that the answer for number 4 is what's showing up over here in the upper left of my screen. It should be 2x times the quantity x plus 4. Whoops, that is not what I wanted to do right there. Nope, that's not working. That's okay. So I want to enter this into all of these boxes. Okay, this is what came up for number 4. So notice this quantity starts, or this expression starts out with 2x. So in front of the x, I want to put a 2. But notice it says 2x to the power of blank. Well, this x over here doesn't have a power on it. Okay, but if it doesn't have a power, there's one x there. So we don't have to write a power of 1, but in your answer I'm going to write that as a power of 1. Okay, because there's one x there. And then I go into the parentheses. So you'll see here there's a parenthesis that opened up that kind of tells you, all right, this is the part of your answer you're starting. Now this is where I would type in the number that would come in front of the x. But when I look up here at the answer, there is no number that's supposed to come in front of the x. Okay? Well, remember, again, if there's no number there, it's really a 1. So I'm going to enter a 1. And then it says x to the power of blank. Well, again, this x over here doesn't have a power, but there is an x there. So I'm going to, again, make that the power of 1. So there's a lot of places where you have to enter 1s and 0s where you normally wouldn't be entering, or you wouldn't be writing 1s and 0s. Okay, but as far as typing in your answer, you have to put them there. Okay, and then it wants to know plus what. So what number comes next? Well, the next number is a 4, so I'm going to enter a 4. But then it says x to the power of what? And if I look in my answer, there's not even supposed to be an x there. Well, if I didn't put x there for you to fill in, that would give away that there's not supposed to be an x there. Okay, so if you want to say, hey, wait a minute, there shouldn't be an x there at all, then you're going to put in an exponent of 0. Okay, and that's your way of saying there's no x on this 4 at all. Okay, this term right here, this should not have an x on it. Okay, so I put in a 0 there to show that there are no x's on that 4. And so I know that's a crazy whole lot of numbers there, but the way I would read this is 2x, and x to the power of 1 is just x, and then parentheses, well, 1x is just x, and x to the power of 1 is just x. So this whole thing here is just x plus 4 times x to the power of 0, which really cancels out anyway. So this is really just a 4. Okay, so that's how you're going to enter your answers for these. Is I've given you all of the variables. I've given you all of the letters. You are just typing in the coefficients, which are like the numbers in front of the letters, and then the exponents. But there are going to be places where you don't have a coefficient or you don't have an exponent because it's really a 1. Okay, just enter a 1 in as your answer. And there's going to be places where I have x's or m's or whatever letter it is that you don't. And if you don't have a letter there, just make it a 0. Okay, and that'll tell me that you didn't have that letter there. It was canceled out. Okay, I did set this up to allow unlimited attempts. Okay, so if you go all the way through it, it should at least show you which ones you get wrong at the end. You can go back in there and submit it again. Okay, so give this a couple of tries. If you get a little bit confused on entering your answers, that's okay. Besides this one, which I just did for you, there are 4 other ones I want you to do. So it shouldn't take you a whole lot of time. Okay? And please email me or come on down if you have questions.